If you're preparing for Microsoft Certified Azure AI Engineer, that certification that's AI-102, then this is the video that you should watch till the end. Now, in this video, we're going to talk everything that you need to know in order to learn, what to learn, how to learn, some of the common questions that you might be having, and everything end to end by going to, we are going to cover in this. So to give you some context, this video has been taken from our training program. So there might be some references about training. You skip those, but otherwise you will have everything that is I've covered in this. I've covered in this. Also, below this video below this video, there'll be a link to download the document that I've referred, so you can have all the links and everything that you need. And if you want to go deeper, I've covered the same things or covered these things inside a blog as well, which is k21academy.com/AI 102 with the number and the number 1111. So k21academy.com/AI 10211, where I'm going to put this video as well as the document that I mentioned. You should be able to download from there. And I think it should also be visible from the document section as well. And if anything changes in future, do watch that video, the link, because that's where I'm going to cover, update that document as well if need to be. So with that, oh, before I go forward, final thing, if you're coming first time to this channel, my name is Atul. I have close to 2.5 decades of IT experience, more than a decade now into cloud, multi-cloud, and last couple of years now, machine learning, AI, generative AI, and whatever you're learning is coming from a real experience with real knowledge that you will see. If you have any questions, anything is not clear, do leave me under comment section, and do fast forward some things which you're already familiar with, and maybe skip that particular part and jump onto the exact part you're looking for. So with that, let's play that video that you need, which is Microsoft Certified Azure AI Engineer AI 102. Uh, so let's play that video. Hey there, this is Atul from team K21 Academy, and in this video, I'm going to talk everything that you must know or need to know about Microsoft Certified Azure AI Engineer, which is certification AI-102. Everything that you need to know, right from, first of all, where this certification comes under the entire Azure certification categories. What are the prerequisite, if any, though it's not, there's no prerequisite, but there is a path which I'll explain you, and should you do or should you not do, we'll talk about that as well, including the understanding the exam structure. There are 6 domains. We'll look at what those domains are, percentage-wise exam topics, including within these categories. We'll also look at some of the common questions you might get or practice tests, where to find those practice tests. We'll also look at some of the common questions related to the certification, which could be under category non-technical, which means what's the best certification, or what can I clear the certification, what all things I'll be needing, what is the path I should be taking, how long it'll take, what are the exam topic look like, how the exam comes, how much time I have, how much money I have to spend, all the things, everything that you need to know in order to be to when you're appearing for, how to appear, how to register, all those things we'll cover. We'll also cover some technical questions, but I'm going to keep it outside as well, depending on how much time, how long this session or this video goes. Also, we'll refer the documentation link. If you're preparing for that, the documentation link that it should be going both internally from us as well as from Microsoft. So our own content, then we'll share the links and the other concepts that you'll be seeing as well. We'll look everything, including the study guide, and there are 6 modules. So exam readiness for AI 102. So everything that we will be needing is covered inside the program or this video. And if you have any questions, you can leave them after under the comment section as well inside that. Just to let you know where are this video is going to come. So inside our Azure AI certification, which is a hands-on lab, there is a section called this one, which is AI 102, which is this one. So k21academy.com/sk for school and /AI 102 self. And this is where the portal look like. And that inside that you will have the this video, which is all about certification. This inside that we click link, this is what you're looking at this document right now as well. Also, just below that, there'll be also a video about useful links, and we are going to add more useful links coming in future as well. So just to let you know or give you some context around that, and this being updated and the video is being constantly updated. So with that, let's look at the first important is where does this fall under this whole category that you see here. So first you see about this is a full picture. Let me see if I can make it slightly bigger on so that you can understand. And yeah, so this is the overall picture that you see about certification. So there is a category about Azure infrastructure that you see on left hand side, and that under that you have roles like administrator, security, developer, DevOps, architect, which is there you cover, and there's a Azure Fundamental AZ900. Then you have the middle one, you have a data engineer, data analytics. So you have DP900, DP203 is for data engineering, PL300 for data analyst, and DP300 is for database administrator on Microsoft Azure Cloud. The right side one are AI and machine learning, and that is what we're going to focus about. AI 900, which is AI fundamentals, and then you have a DP100, which is data scientist, and then you have AI 102, which we are covering here in this today. Now here. Now, if you are part of Azure AI machine learning job interview program, which is we say Azure AI machine learning with 4 certifications, then you'll be going and we are covering AI 900, DP100, AI 102, and we are also covering AZ 900, which is Azure fundamental as well. But as I said, I'm going to keep it in the context of DP 100. Now, dotted line represents here that this exam is like above that is optional. You can directly go and apply. And a lot of guys, I will highly recommend you, rather than spending a lot of time into AI 900 time and money, go direct with AI 102. But if you want to do just AI 900, that's also fine. We'll cover that. Similarly, you can directly go for AI 102 rather than going for AZ 900. Inside this program, we're going to talk everything you will need is covered, so you don't need to worry about. Just go for AI 102 if that's the objective for you getting the certification. Now, let me make it slightly smaller because we have on the right hand side you have comments, so make sure that you will have access to, so make sure you read out these comments and understand. So let's look at now understanding the exam structure. So the objective of this is to design and implement Azure AI solutions to test your ability to that you can design and implement something like a cognitive service. I'll explain you what is cognitive services. It also expects you to know Azure machine learning, which we use using Machine Learning Studio, and all the related services related to Azure and AI and ML. So just to show you more, and let me make it further minimize so that you can understand. Sorry for that. So if you look at what are the cognitive services, so cognitive services are nothing but a collection of pre-built APIs and software development kit that enables developers or as well as the administrator, whosoever is working on AI ML, to work on developing and building and managing AI applications or AI models, etc. So there are different categories, different services. In that there is a vision category, there's a speech, language, decision, and search. We're going to cover, and then we're going to cover all of them inside this program you'll be learning. So that's number one, cognitive. Machine learning, similarly, you have when you bring the data, train the model, test the model and deploy the model, and then operations modelly, we cover all this, or that's what is machine learning. And finally, as your services, related services, if you look at, so there are a lot of services. I'm talking in the context of, if you look at the AI and machine learning, first and important is this is not an exhaustive list which I'm talking about. We're going to go inside the program much deeper into those things. So first is about Azure bot service. You'll be like kind of a chat bot you build, like Facebook Messenger, Microsoft Teams on the similar manner. You have Azure Data Factory, which will be helpful for you to bring the data from multiple sources, streaming data or batch data or one-time data or different type of data for an ETL tool to bring the data into your where you're placing for data lake and so on. You have Azure Synapse Analytics, which will be helping you in machine learning later part for analytics and so on. There's a data break, there's a cognitive search, Azure functions, Kubernetes, and virtual machines you'll be also learning because that's where you're going to deploy your actual models that you've developed. So those associated services, including things like resources, resource group, management group, subscriptions, all those things, monitoring, security, all those things that you need will be covered in that related Azure services. So there are 6 domains. First is plan and manage Azure AI, and in the program inside that you see the whole thing is divided or broken down to a similar manner based on these modules that we've covered or the domains that they say or talk about. So plan and manage AI, which is 15 to 20%. Then you have implementing the content moderation solution, which is 10 to 15%. Then you have computer vision solutions, all vision related solutions, 15 to 20%. Now the maximum weightage is from NLP processing. So what those NLP processing is, we'll look into that in a minute, 30 to 35%. Then you have implement knowledge mining as well as document intelligence solutions, 10 to 15%. And then finally, generative AI, which is hugely popular, 10 to 15%. Now inside our program, you'll be seeing that develop generative AI, there's a dedicated course which will be covering about a huge in depth about generative AI, including services like OpenAI service, deploying the models, working on the models, everything that you need to know in generative AI will be covered here for you. So that's a separate module, a model, the course itself in itself. So that's here. Now let's break it down to smaller parts, like 15 to 20%, as I said, plan in Azure AI. In that, you need to be able to, you should be able to understand all the appropriate AI services and which one to use where, when. So things like for speech, for computer vision, NLPs, document intelligence, generative AI, knowledge learning, knowledge mining, all those things you should be able to learn and say which one to use when. Also, how do you plan, create, and deploy AI services in actual implementation? Again, these are going to be high level, and later modules will be learning or domains will be learning and implementing it. Also, how do you manage, monitor, and secure Azure AI services like logging, monitoring, keywords for security purpose of where you maintain all the security related things. So that's all about 15 to 20%. This is where you'll be learning and giving an overview about this. Next is about implementing content moderation. Now, big problem that happens, the content being generated by the generative AI, whether it's a text generation or whether it's a image, whether it's a anything else that you generate, we need to make sure that it's the content that is being generated is moderated, um, uh, and then based on your security compliance and guidelines that you need is there. So as I was talking about, it meets your company guidelines and whatever set precedence you have set for that content moderation. And then the point number, like model 3 is going to be all about vision, computer vision. And in that we are looking at image, the custom vision models that you that comes out of the box, you deploy them, you play with them and use them. And also how do you analyze the videos, everything that 15 to 20%. Then module 4 is about NLP, and this is the maximum weightage you have. And in that, we are going to look at for your Azure AI languages, you can look at how do you process speech to Azure API, Azure AI speech, where you implement speech to text, text to speech, and any custom speech model that you need to have, especially when your audio related ones. Also covering translate, how do you translate a language from, for example, whatever English to French or German or Hindi or whatever language you're doing. Also, how do you manage these LLMs, the language understanding models? And what happened is this language understanding model has been changed. It's being rebranded. Now it's being rebranded as Azure AI language. Previously, it's talking about Azure language understanding, and we cover all these things inside this program, so you don't need to worry about. Next is about create custom question answers. Usually chatbot based on how do you train the model, how do you question answering model, everything inside this particular the domain that we're going to cover. Then fifth is all about implementing knowledge mining and document intelligence solutions. How do you implement AI search? How do you index the data? How do you query the data? And then anything else that you need to search both text as well as video that you see. Also, then how do you implement document intelligence? And again, this is where Copilot will come into handy. I don't want to reveal that surprise for you, but that's something you'll be learning and doing pre-built models for document processing, as well as creating custom model for extracting and analyzing the data which is sitting inside the document as well. And then finally, fifth part is about the implement generative AI solutions, everything right from LLMs, which are pre-trained models, so models like for text, models like for image like Delhi, and then also like a lot of other things that you see, GPT-4, GPT-3, 4, whatever is available, and anything that changes in future will be covering that as well. How do you optimize the generative model? In fact, we have a whole separate program that you'll be getting as a part of bonus of this. Now, apart from that, you will have tons and tons of practice questions. You can check it out by going to K21Academy.com/AI102 EQA, as I said at the start as well. So that will also be given on our useful links. Inside that you will have a useful links. Those exam questions will be covering in one of those sample exam questions. So just to give you the link and show you how does it look like, you should already, based on your profile, you should automatically have access to this. And let me just open it, show it. I can show it to you. So this is where you will go through this video that will cover and explain you what we are covering, how we are covering, and all these four set of exam questions, which will be, you will be able to see how the questions look like and scenario. So you click on them and it'll open up the question answers. And there are four sites will be by the time of recording this video, but we are going to add more and more concepts and more, more sample exam questions you'll be seeing here as well. So that's about practice questions. Now let's look at some of the common questions asked, and I'm going to cover non-technical. And if I can wrap it up within 30 minutes, then, and if it's still time permits, we'll cover that some technical questions as well. So the first important question is, which is the best certification for artificial intelligence AI certification? Now, from there are multiple companies are doing AI, but I picked up Microsoft first because first and most important it is the programming, coding. There are a lot of developer base. The OpenAI, which revolutionized ChatGPT, or they bought ChatGPT from OpenAI. Microsoft has a big investment in OpenAI, and there's a directly tie-up with OpenAI services. And a lot of those models, GPT-3, GPT-4, GPT 3.5, model Delhi for images, all those are covered inside in Microsoft Azure cloud in a service called OpenAI, and there's a AI service, AI Studio, as you see. So from a certification point of view, uh, from an AI certification point of view, Microsoft Azure uh, Associate AI 102 is good. Some people ask, should I go for AI 900? I I suggest you can skip that point because otherwise you'll spend a lot of time into AI 900, and again you'll end up paying money as well. But whatever you're going to learn in AI 900, when you go for AI 102, you can directly cover all those. So maybe my suggestion would be go directly with AI 102. That's number one. Now, second question is, hey, this question comes again. Can I learn in 3 months and get certified in Azure AI engineer? My answer is yes, absolutely, quite fairly easily, as long as you follow, do 2 to 3 hours on the weekends and 1 hour on the weekdays, more than enough. You should be able to do much quicker as well. So what you do, you begin with all the theory part, concepts parts, foundation part, and again, 1 month in my view is very conservative, which I've given here. Learn all the concepts, and AI 900 AI 900 should be maybe max 1 week or maybe 15 days. And then we go for AI services, all the AI services, and then keep third month, one dedicated month for practice questions, which is more than enough. I think I would usually go with couple of days, 3-4 days per practice sessions, but you go with what is right and prepare for these sample exam questions as well. So make sure it's very important you do the hands-on lab. And for hands-on lab, the list of hands-on lab we cover, I think, let me go outside, and we have a blog where we constantly update, which is K21Academy.com/AI102 and 05. This is where blog will be constantly updating. This is just for AI 102. My team, we constantly update this. This is again, we're going to cover all these things inside the program as well. So there are 37 labs, which are more than enough. Apart from that, you'll also be getting fundamental AI 900 as well as AI uh, AZ 900 as well. So you'll be getting those as well. So that's more than enough for hands-on lab point of view. Now, another commonly question I get is, hey, I'm not a coder or coding. Can I get certified with without knowing coding or without learning coding? Answer is yes, absolutely. First of all, every company is focusing low code or no code or zero code. So there'll be a lot of drag and drop and other things. So yes, you can study AI without deep knowledge of basic things. There are a lot of AI machine learning services which offer, as I said, a low code, no code. In fact, we're going to see them. Some of the labs you will be seeing. If you already worked on those labs, you realize it's more of those. We'll cover that as well. So you can learn everything without certificate, without coding. Absolutely. Now, what is the passing score? So there are out of 1,000, you have to clear 700. A lot of guys have, so 70%. And if you follow the hands-on lab, if you follow the exam questions, you should be able to fairly easily clear the certification, no doubt about it. So 70% is pass mark. Now, how many questions are there and what type of questions you get in the exams, basically exam. So there are 40 to 60 questions, multiple choice questions. You will have drag and drop type of questions will be there, case studies will be there, but the good point is there is no negative marking. So always try whatever, even if you're guessing, do that. Also, there will be sometime fill in the blank. There'll be drag and drop, pick two, pick one, pick three, like those type of questions as well. I think the most important thing will be the time management. Otherwise, you should be able to rest all should be quite simple. Now, what are the prerequisite? Technically, you can directly go on AI 102, not a problem. But I think if you have a basic understanding of AI services and basic understanding of AI and ML, and once you go through the hands-on lab and the exam questions, that is more than enough. There's no uh, the common question is, I get is, do I need to be AI 900 certified? Answer is no, you don't need AI 900 certified as well. Now, how long this AI 102 certification will cost, and what is the cost of that? So usually the validity is for 1 year. After that, you can renew it. And I think for renewal, uh, um, uh, I think uh, you don't need to pay for, if I'm not wrong on that. So renewal assessment covers the latest. So all you need to do is just write down and clear that certification. Or there might be, if by the time you're watching this video and the things change, we'll update this document. So maybe always refer to this document that I was talking about. Next is about, um, do I need to repay for the exam if I fail in the first attempt? After first attempt, how long I have to wait on the first attempt if I fail? So as if you follow what we are asking you to do all the hands-on lab and practice tests and look at why answer is right or wrong, there should not be any reason you should fail. That's my, but in worst scenario, in something like that happens, or you've not followed and things carefully, and if you do that, then yes, you have to pay it again. So I think, as I said, you have to pay it again, the full fees also, but then you have to wait for 24 hours to reapply for the exam as well. Now, is there a negative marking? No, there's no negative marking. So go ahead and, as I said, attempt all the questions, but read carefully. It says answer two questions, two answers, or pick one answer, or pick fill in the blank. Like, so make sure that you focus on that. Now, is AI 102 worth? Absolutely, 100% certification, especially if you're working on, if you're going on AI, generative AI, machine learning, data science, or you want to show off as well any product management. Totally worth in my view. It looks good on a resume as well. But then having said that, I think if it's between the job and certification, if you're preparing for job, I think the hands-on lab takes precedence anytime over the certification. But there's no harm in getting, it's always good to have that certified if you can get it. So yes, absolutely, it's totally worth it as well. It validates the skills as well. And there's someone else, in this case, Microsoft is vouching for you. So that's good. Before I go on the technical questions, let me cover a few things as well. These are all the hands-on lab, which I said I'm not going to repeat it. We're going to cover all this inside each of these respective modules. But as I said, if you want to go deeper into hands-on lab, K21Academy.com/AI10205. And then I'm going to put this video also, any new changes comes, we're going to update here, but we're also going to go update on our blog, which is K21Academy.com/AI10211. Now, what are some Microsoft resources? Maybe click on this link, and you'll get whatever I've mentioned here, concise, picked up from here. You can click on this and you get more information from here. Everything that you know, let me go on this page and show it to you. Its level is intermediate or associate level from Microsoft Azure. And then last updated was 25th of July, and anything changes comes, we'll update as well. You need to review every 12 hours as well. And this is where you'll be covering high level. These are skills which I mentioned. Now, what is the prerequisite? Now, if you have to do the language, and if you're good in language, maybe pick Python or C Sharp. In our program, we are going to do Python, and you should also have a bonus class about Python for beginners. Let me actually show it to you. How does portal look like, so that you can become familiar with that. So I'm going to cancel this and go to the community, or not community. Let me close this one as well. Uh, okay, we're going to remove that. And this is about Python and PySpark. If you're part of job entry program, the Python and PySpark will be covered and explained to you as well. So you go to the classroom. And then if you scroll down somewhere here, you'll be having the Python for beginners, and there will be data for engineers as well. So there'll be Python. Where's my Python gone? Python and PySpark, you'll be learning both of them for data engineers. There's still projects. There's a lot of content. Where's my Python gone? Yeah, Python for AI and machine learning data engineers, you should be doing, and then PySpark, you'll be getting these two bonuses. So do that, one of the things that you probably might do. And all those things, and you can further prepare using these modules. There's an assessment as well, so try that assessment from Microsoft as well, but we will be giving you more things. There'll be sandbox as well you can play, but I think the best would be to practice on directly on Azure Cloud. Will be giving you that. In fact, what you should be having is, you should already have a bonus class, which is about Azure for beginners. In that, you should be performing hands-on lab. Just to show you, you have Azure for beginners, and in that Azure for beginners will give you, make sure you go through this whole entire module about Azure. That will give you the entire idea about the beginners concepts. But then this is where you go and practice creating a free account, and that's where you'll be uh, doing a lot of practice so that you have free flow. Also set up, create a billing alert and budget so that you never run out of money, and you can do everything from a free account. I hope that makes sense, this one. So perform these, and again go through this guide will have a lot of other useful stuff as well. Also the study guide, this is where keep an eye. If you're watching this, just always double check was the last update date, and if your update date is after July 25th, just remind us. We'll update this guide with the changes, anything that comes as well. So this is where I picked up all those content and subtopics, and subtopics will be, this is where you'll be picking as well here. Now there's a readiness, so click on these ones and then you go and check your like all the 6 separate modules. You'll be coming here and checking all those 6 modules here. You can practice and go through. But in our program, we're going to go deeper into this. This is just a basic things, but as I said, we're going to go on full-fledged on here. So that's pretty much we're going to cover, and as I said, is the other concepts like what is AI, Azure AI versus cognitive services. And again, as I said, we're going to go inside the program on deeper. Now, looking at the time, we're already 23, 24 minutes. So I'm going to cover 1 or 2 technical questions. Otherwise, inside the program, you will have tons and tons of technical questions. Or if any question you have that comes to your mind, leave them below this video so I can help you as well. So how do you secure sensitive data in Azure AI? So sensitive data, there are multiple ways depending on you have the key vault to store the keys. You also have networking level security, which is the endpoint level security. You have firewalls, you have uh, like these are 3, 4 main categories, but then we're going to go more deeper into a dedicated module about security, and then will be hands-on labs as well. Now, best practices for monitoring and optimizing. The answer is going to be a little bit in depth and more detailed. So given the time, I'm not going to cover it here, but we'll be covering inside the module. But tools like Azure Monitor, and then for optimizing, it gives a lot of references. We'll use those services as we move forward as well. So as I said, I'm going to cover inside this Azure AI. We're going to cover and deeper on these hands-on labs. So best would be, what I think what you should be doing is go to this module about develop generative AI and click on this section here. And from here, if you have not yet started, go and create a free account. And immediately after free account, what you need to do is create a Azure Open AI service. That's what you're going to be doing in Open AI service. And there'll be video, there'll be step-by-step guide on using command line as well as GUI, and then deploy the model. And once the models are deployed on Azure OpenAI Studio, we are going to play with this on the entire AI. This is just generative AI. Like that, we are going to go and deeper into a lot of other things as well. So that's pretty much, I think, as I said, I wanted to keep it short, quick, to the point, but make sure that you understand, go through this, come back onto this page again and again. You should have access to read access to this, but any modifications, look at the notes as well, because these notes are quite helpful and we'll be constantly updating. Same thing you'll be getting in exam questions as well. So that's pretty much from me. Let me know the feedback of this video. Was it useful? Any constructive feedback to improve? We have a one core value, 1% improvement every day. So what we are going to do next time, I re-record these videos, or any additional bonus video I need to create that to complement this. If any questions, anything comes to your mind, please don't hesitate. You'll see them. I'll be adding some more FAQs here. No, not this one. Under this, not this one. I'm getting this. Whatever. I think you'll see that wherever you're watching this, below that there'll be FAQs as well. So let me know. Also, something similar you'll be having for DP100, which is for data scientists. Something similar you'll be having for AI 900 and for others as well. And if you're part of other programs, do let us know. You'll be seeing same thing for AZ 104, 105, 305, AZ 400, which is DevOps, and so on. So with that, this is Atul from Team K21 Academy. Look forward to see you, and make sure that once you get certified, I'm 100% confident you'll be Microsoft Azure's AI engineer certified. Do let us know, do share your success story, because it will inspire others. It'll inspire me and it'll inspire others, and then that will inspire you. You can be you'll be an inspiration story to someone. So do let us know once you clear the certification. Would love to share your wins as well. With that, take care and bye for you.